Alright, so we've already shot a video on how Kurt Angle plays differently than any other wrestler. And today, we wanted to shift gears a little bit and show you one of our wrestlers that we created. And his name is Jax Felix. I think you've seen him in previous videos, and I've talked about him a little bit. So let me just give you a background on who he is, and then we can see what makes him special and how he plays differently than any other wrestler in this game. So Jax Felix was born in the future. He is born in 2222 on February 22nd. It's a miracle date for a miracle man. And he's a fifth generation wrestler from Winnipeg, Canada. He comes from a long line of successful wrestlers, world champions, his grandfather, his father, his great-grandfather. And you'll see a lot of his moves reflect some of the great wrestlers that have come from Winnipeg, Canada. And he grew up really craving attention. He loves the show. He loves going to plays. He loves when all eyes are on him. And you'll see that when you look at his attacking moves. They're all flashy. They're all things that would get the people talking about him. He debuted as a 17-year-old. He won matches against veterans straight away. By 25, he's a world champion. And at 33, he retired after 8 years of being a world champion. He retires early because he becomes this massive and successful movie star. He's very charismatic, very good looking, a showman really at heart. And I think that's one of his Achilles heels, is his heart is not always 100% into wrestling as, you know, a Kurt Angle would be. He really cares about the money, the fame, the attention, and he's criticized for it among the wrestling community. And his attention in this tournament is to not to fix that, no, but he wants to actually achieve even more fame and more attention and perhaps become an even bigger star than he already is. And so Jax Felix, the way he starts is he starts with only 12 health. Now, if you compare that to Kurt Angle, that's a lot less health, and especially with the other characters that we're going to be introducing to you. Now, he does have high stamina, the highest stamina in the game of 18, but that's just 2 points above Kurt Angle. It's not enough to say that that's what makes him special. I think what makes Jax Felix really, really special is his moveset and his ability to build momentum quicker than anyone else. So number one, his deck size is bigger than other wrestlers. He simply has more cards, so he has more resources. The other thing that's special about Jax Felix is he has more opportunities to do combos than any other wrestler in the game, and you'll notice most of his cards have certain combo icons linked to it, which makes it very easy for him to deliver some lethal combinations as he moves ahead. The third thing you'll notice about him, which I referred to, is momentum. There's no one in this game that comes even close. I mean, Kurt Angle might be second, but no one comes close to building momentum like Jax. And that's because his moves are full of energy and full of excitement, and you know, they're very beautiful to watch, and they build the crowd up. So you'll notice just a random draw of cards, just how high the value of his momentum cards is. It's 3s and 2s and 4s, and often against Jax, you'll find yourself on the back foot when it comes to momentum. And that really allows him to start hitting bigger and bigger moves easily before you chip away at his health and put him in an uncomfortable situation. In addition to all this, his special abilities complement what we just talked about. So his ability to land on his feet, which you might have seen in previous videos, that means if an opponent throws him for a damage of 3 or less, he actually lands on his feet. He doesn't take any damage, and that's a one-time ability, and he gains 2 momentum. So he negates, damage that could have been done to him. As I mentioned, he starts with 6 cards in his hand. His hand size is 6 cards, which always gives him an advantage to block and reverse and stop opponents from doing too much damage to him. And having more cards obviously always helps. His ability to do this all night allows him to even draw and select 1 card from his discard pile and put it back into his hand. So it's even more cards that he can use to block and reverse. So in a nutshell, what Jax Felix has is the ability to use his cards to hit incredible combinations that do a lot of damage, build up incredible momentum, and use his cards in a way that will block attacks and prevent, and special abilities, and prevent too much damage happening to him, because he starts off with lower health than the others. He's a more difficult player to play as. You need to be more experienced to play as him, but I can tell you he's a favorite. He's my favorite in terms of playing. His playing style is really unique and very, very exciting. So I hope you enjoyed this about Jax, and I'll see you next time for the British Bulldog.